now the moment you've all been waiting for. The royal hostess with the mostest. The queen bee with the money, honey.
BeePlus.
That's right. And it's time you all bow to the real queen bee.
Here she comes, the most beautiful bee in the universe.
You're stealing all the bees just because you're jealous?
No, that's just a bonus. My actual plan is to capture all the queens. Their hives will then have no choice but to follow me.
Well, hello, my wonderful hive, and welcome to my live stream today. Let's see, I'm sorry for pushing the time back a little bit because obviously it's me, so I always have something going on. I just needed to address getting some mods in here, so thank you so much to those of you who have volunteered here. I haven't looked at the chat yet, but hold on. Oh, hello, everybody. Okay. Oh, hi, Amber. Okay, perfect. And outside the box, and Chicky, awesome. And Charlie, hello, Kellyanne. My cat is going to think I'm talking to him because his nickname is Chicky. His name's Chicory, but I call him Chicky. So yes, hello, everybody. I hope everybody had a great, I was going to say weekend, but I guess it's the weekend now. So I hope everybody had a great week. Yeah, a lot has gone on. So I've taken a couple days off from being on here for a lot of reasons. So I feel like I'm still playing catch up. But I needed to take a little bit of a break just because, last week was emotionally taxing, and I feel like that's become a common theme. But I feel like, I'm as good as I can be right now. I'm as good as I can be. I wanted to come on and be all animated and whatever, but a lot of the time I really don't even know what to say about what I'm seeing. I do have a few things I wanted to talk about today, but some of it I'm still catching up. Like I said, guys, I have not really been on YouTube very much for the past probably 2 or 3 days. And clearly, in YouTube time, that's a lifetime. So bear with me if I'm not up to date with all of the current stuff. Yeah. I'll hold on. Hi, Navigator, Boomer Strong, LA 326. Hello. If I miss you, I am so sorry. I'm trying not to get derailed by looking at it, because here's the thing. I don't know if you did tell me, Charlie. I don't know. A lot of people here, I think, know me as somebody else too. So I get derailed really easily, and I especially when I'm it's late. I make these lives in the morning and I'm ready to go and I'm ready to go off, and I'm all full of energy, and I always do it for the end of the day because that's when I'm available. And then by the end of the day, I'm I don't even want to do this. I've been watching, yes, me too, out of the box. I have been following the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing like it's sports. So if anybody's looking for a good channel to watch that on, though, I'm going to plug this because I love it. It's called Legal Bites, and Bites is spelled with BYTES. And it's basically a bunch of actual lawyers who are up on a panel, and then they have behavior experts. They have a lot of different things, but it's primarily actual lawyers doing commentary. And that's actually what I've been watching. And it's great. She does a really good job. From just and she doesn't just stream it, she does stream it, but because of the commentary, I feel like she adds enough that it's it's not like pulling a Cooper where, you're just going to stream things and barely talk through it. So I really enjoy that channel. So if anybody's looking for something new, I cannot recommend them enough. Hi, One Red Rose. Hi, Bryn. But other than that, yes, I've tried to stay off of YouTube because every time I have, oh yeah, okay. She's actually Emily Baker's up on panel with the oh my God, the one I've been watching. So yes, okay, I'm familiar. So yeah, so every time I've clicked on something the past couple days, it's been kind of a similar rhetoric, and all of the things I've clicked on have honestly made me kind of angry. And I was like, I don't even know what to say about this anymore. First of all, as we have all probably seen, Natasha is back and has a channel and blah, 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 blah. Did I think that she would be coming back? Yes, of course. Because it's Natasha and she's going to find her way onto everything. and there's always, a way around it. Now, do I think it's because any of her attorneys? No, I think there's something doesn't feel right about all that, in my opinion. But I did click on one of them because it came up and I was curious to see what was going on. And she's in there telling her audience, and I had gotten some strange emails, okay, and comments on my videos. So I had gotten some, and I was confused because honestly, a lot of the time her supporters don't usually come harass me. They know better. Because sometimes I leave it be, but a lot of the time I'll go at them. And, when it comes to wits, I mean, kind of can't fight with me there. But, so I was like, why am I getting these messages saying that you're reporting me to Natasha and her attorneys and whatever? And I'm like, who are you reporting me to? Excuse me. And then I found out that there she was, telling people to go and get screenshots and clip things. And when she's going through her list of all of these things about terms of service, I just was sitting there flabbergasted. Like, does this woman hear herself? Literally every single thing that you are talking about is something that you do on a regular basis. So why are you here if it's a problem for everybody else? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, I don't feel that I have done anything. I certainly haven't done anything I'm sorry for on here, not even close. And I certainly don't think I've done anything that would warrant being like, but whatever, I don't care. It explained why I was getting these weird emails and messages. I was like, why? Excuse me. And there's a particular video of mine, and it's a particular live. And from my analytics, I can go in there and I can see which videos people are watching recently. And there's one that's gotten hit, and it's old. So there's no reason for it to have gotten hit as many times as it has. And I started to listen to it. I'm like, that's really interesting that this one is the one that I think people are screen grabbing. So we're going to do a watch party of that tomorrow, probably. And I will be in chat explaining and answering any questions anybody may have about me and why I do things the way I do. Not that I owe anybody an explanation, because I certainly don't. But I'm getting the whole hypocrite thing again, and that's fine. I can't help but laugh when I'm called a hypocrite by some of the biggest hypocrites on this platform, in this community. So, miss me with that. Hi, Denise and Tilly May. And if I missed you, I'm so sorry. Hope for Peace. Hello. And of course, Gen X. Gen X, you are amazing. Thank you for helping me get some people in here to help me out with modding, because this was not something that I wanted to. Oh, my thing is wait. Okay. See, this is why I can't have like shiny things, because it beeps at me. And okay, I see that, Gen X. I think I have to go into, where is it? Bear with me, guys. I am just learning how to do all of this, and it's certainly wait, what? Sorry, I know I'm gonna lose people here. Okay, all right, there we go. I see her. Okay, and I appreciate all of you guys who have volunteered to help with that. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Yeah, well, Charlie, people are allowed to have opinions in here. Now, what I do ask, and I am going to be doing a, I hope you feel better, Amber. Hi, Queen Bee. Hi, Julian Jackson, and Green Bean. So I do want to make it clear that a couple, like, I'm creating a thing, but Hive rules in general. All I ask, I do want people to be respectful. Obviously, I don't put up with the I don't, the stuff that should be common sense that you wouldn't do. But I also would say that if you see somebody else in a chat that you have an issue with, please do not use my chat as a way to discuss that with them. There's a block button that you can use for a reason. I would appreciate it if you could take it up outside of my chat, because it's quite distracting for not only myself but other people in the chat. And I've gotten a couple of people that were not happy about how I handled that at one point a while ago. So I've learned from that, and I take feedback. That's really all I ask for. I am an opinionated person, so I do have opinions on things, and I'm the kind of person though. So here's the difference between me and other people on here that I've noticed. Hey, AJ. So I've noticed that a lot of people refuse to change their opinions on things when new information is received. And I see that as kind of like blind loyalty. Now, on top of that, though, you have to understand that these things aren't gonna, happen overnight. So let's say somebody hurts me, right? So let's say Dorothy, for example. Dorothy fucked me over pretty bad. And continues to run her mouth about me when she can. Lately it's been other people, which, I'm sorry for them as well for that. But, for even if I received new information, like I am not in a place where I am going to, at any point in the foreseeable future, sit down with her and, make peace or whatever. That is not going to happen. She has shown me too many times that she is not a kind of person that I want anywhere near me at all. Point blank, period. No discussion on that. Hi, Captain Lee fan. And yes, that's interesting you say that, Ellie, because I was going to mention that because I was listening to that as well. So, I also want to say that, what Natasha was talking about, I think it was today, about becoming a grandmother. So congratulations to her. I mean, that's exciting news, right? So, I mean, we can give that to her. I did hear what Voices said, but I didn't see it in the way that Natasha did. So Natasha grabbed onto something that might have been a little off color, okay, fine. If we want, we can look at it that way. But she ran with it and made it sound like Voices was wishing death on an unborn child. Like it was ridiculous. Like I was listening to that and I'm like, how are you spinning this narrative with that? Nobody did that. And she was making it sound like, this side of camp is wishing death upon unborn children, which is disgusting. I don't think that's what anybody meant literally at all. And that, okay, I didn't know the backstory of that. But I'm seeing people mention that as well. But I just didn't agree with how she presented that to her audience, because there was outrage. People were outraged about that. People were like, that's a really sick thing to do. I mean, yeah, I can imagine there would be outrage if that actually happened like that. So I didn't understand that. And I was like, okay, well, of course we're going to use it as a sad fishing opportunity. And, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But here, Captain Lee fan, I can't help but agree with you on that. But, I mean, I'm just one person. But yeah, no, Christina, I agree that it's dangerous because that's a really serious thing to say. Oh, really? Diamond Eyes, I did see Dorothy had a community post saying that, people, you don't know who your friends are or something. So that's interesting if she removed stuff about Natasha. Somebody mentioned that there was something going down with that. Like I said, I'm still catching up. Right, Chicky. Poor choice of words, but that's absolutely not what she meant by saying that. Absolutely not. I nobody says that. You'd have to be a sick psychopath to say that, honestly. Let's be honest. But of course, she heard that and she used this whole thing to make it sound like, people are attacking her and wishing death upon babies, which is absolutely ridiculous. And if there was anybody in here that actually was speaking like that, I sure as heck wouldn't be supporting them. Hey, Rody Gal. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm interested about what's going on there with Dorothy. And I mean, we all knew that was going to implode at some point. I mean, come on. I'm not really sure. Well, what I truly think is that Dorothy kind of counted. This is my opinion. I think Dorothy counted on Natasha not coming back and grabbing those subs. And now that Natasha is back and she stopped growing I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure the reason. Who knows? I mean, I don't think Natasha ever liked Dorothy. And I think maybe it was mutual. I have no idea. But I would be interested to know what that is. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be misreading that. Yeah, exactly. Blue October. She literally said that over and over and over again, which is dangerous. You cannot say things like that. Like, that's not just saying that somebody, said something, I don't know, mildly offensive. To tell your audience of hundreds of people that somebody is wishing death upon, a baby, like, no, you can't do that. And that's going to outrage people. And there were some really angry people in there, which, I get it, right? If you don't know the context, then yeah, that would make me angry too. But of course, she just went on, and the repetition and on. And it was working. People were like, oh, Natasha, oh, that's so horrible. How could anybody say that? And I'm literally thinking to myself, nobody said that. Like, stop. And yeah, every time I've clicked onto her it's just stuff that annoys me. You know, her talking about terms of service was a laughing stock. Everything that she mentioned is stuff that she does daily. She says that she wants to take down everybody else. Okay, well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, Natasha, because, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, if people were to compare my channel to yours, yes, I do have videos that are about her and displaying her behavior, but YouTube doesn't have a problem with that. At all. You know, I'm well within my rights to do everything that I do. So if you're going to say that I'm not appropriate for YouTube, sweetheart, I don't know. It's like calling the kettle, like, what's the word for that? Projection, transference. I don't even know. But yeah, there's a lot of blind loyalty, Kellyanne, and it's disturbing, quite frankly. You know, because people do need to realize that, you know, you can't just blindly follow somebody. Now, on the flip side to that, I understand that there are going to be people that, you know, want to be more forgiving than others. And I get that too. Now, what I will say is that, you know, people are allowed to make whatever choices they want. I truly believe that. And that's fine. Like, you know, anybody in life, not just on YouTube, in life. You know, you can make the decisions that you want. But what you need to realize is that there are, you know, repercussions, and not even in a negative fashion, but, you know, for every action, there's a reaction. So, you know, if somebody chooses to associate with somebody that I can't rock with, then don't be surprised if I start backing away. And you're not going to use that as a tool to try and throw jabs at me or make me feel bad or guilty, because I don't. You know, if there's something that hits me and that I can't stand for, I can't. I mean it. Like I'm not just saying that. And then I have the people that are upset because they're like, oh well, you know, I see you in Granny's Watchings chat and Kim and Crafton's chat, and they're, you know, they've done in their opinion, because you know, this is their opinion, the people, not mine. You know, they've done all of these things. So, you know, okay. First of all, I think the quote was, you know, you do realize, I think the quote directly was that telling me that I you know, realize that they don't actually like me. And I'm like, yeah, it's fair. You know, I don't expect anyone to like me, but you want to know what? Nobody else anywhere else likes me either. Like, you know, who cares? So I'm going to go where I enjoy it. And that's where I enjoy it. And I'm not going to continue to explain that. Honest to God, guys, like there is just, wait, what happened? Wait, what did I miss? Gen X. Hold on. I'm tired of explaining that to people. Like, you can't, like I said in that other thing. Hold on. Wait, what did I miss? I missed something and I'm mad about it. Okay. Somebody's going to say it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. I see that. What I was saying in that, though, in my pre-recorded video that I did, and I meant this, is that, you know, just because you have, like, let's say, if you haven't gotten caught for something, that doesn't make you a good person or a better person. It just means you haven't gotten caught. And you know, the people who I'm addressing right now, they know who they are. You know, you can hop around YouTube. You could be on your high horse. You know, that's an awfully high horse. You know, I hope you don't hurt yourself when you fall off it. You know, that, I mean, I don't have any other better word. You haven't gotten caught. Sure. Okay, cool. But you're doing those things. So you can't come on here and preach morality and preach all of these things when, you know, I know that that's going on. That doesn't make sense. So spare me with that, please. You know, that just means that you're good at not getting caught or whatever. It doesn't make you a better person. End of story. And that's how I feel about that. But, you know, a lot of people are just like it's so concerned about where people go. And I'm just like, why do you care? You know, I'm not gonna go and like try to force myself and like, you know, if I don't feel like I fit into a community, like, why would I want to stick around? You know, like, that's my right. It doesn't have to be anything personal. But right now there's just a lot of stuff going on that I just don't understand why that's being accepted. Mostly because, you know, I understand people can change. I believe that. I do. People can change. People can, you know, move forward and be forgiven. I live by that. Honestly, I do. But when the behavior is like last week, it's kind of hard for me to put aside how I feel about that, for the sake of being forgiving or whatever. And I've gotten some shit for that too. Honestly, thank you for sharing your opinion with me, but I'm not gonna forgive people right off the bat. It takes time, and I need to see a consistent change in behavior. But I'm also seeing a lot of deflecting. If somebody maybe in the chat can correct me on this, because I could be wrong, because I could have missed it. I haven't been here in a while. I've a couple of days off, but has there been any accountability taken at all on any of the counts of things going on? At all whatsoever? Because all I have seen in community posts is deflection. And people pointing the fingers and saying, well, that person did X, Y, or Z. So how dare you come at me? Somebody else's actions doesn't make you less guilty. It doesn't make what you did any better. That blows my mind. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It's like, okay, cool. Like that person did that. Awesome. I know that. But that doesn't mean that what you did was okay. Or, I understand maybe feeling like it's not fair, that there's outrage or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that doesn't change the fact that what you did wasn't acceptable. So a lot of deflection. Okay, well, that's what I thought, and that's what I heard. And I honestly, as an adult, I would feel better if somebody would just come on here and say, yes, I screwed up. That wasn't right. And let's move on. But they can't seem to do that. And I'm waiting for it. Because I don't see how anybody could disagree. People seem to forget how things actually happen on here. Right. Right, Tilly May. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think, guys, honestly, it is, it is a fact. Kim and Crafton came with receipts. And I have seen things also, not that I have not shared on here. But that's legit. That happened. And that's not okay. So when presented with the facts, I would just, feel really better about the situation if she could just come on here and say, yeah, that I fucked up. And I understand that, that shouldn't be put entirely on her. I mean, I know that there's more people involved. But regardless, you don't have to wait for anybody else to do an apology, but I just genuinely don't feel that a lot of people are sorry for anything, which is messed up. It's messed up. Yeah, right. And I just think, yeah, humility is key. It absolutely is. And I agree with that because, it takes a big person to come on here and say, yes, I messed up and I did something bad and I shouldn't have done that. And here's what I learned from it. But instead we're, pointing the finger at literally everybody else about things that they've done or, and you think you're exposing them. Honestly, when you're exposing people in that context, I don't care. It's not even going to register with me because all I'm going to see is somebody who's salty about the fact that they got caught and is trying to bring other people down with them. That's all I'm going to see. So if you want me, I know that I'm just one person and who cares what little old B thinks, but if you want to sway my opinion, time and place. You're not going to show me these things afterwards. I'm not going to take it seriously. And I just want the real life stuff to stop. A lot of people have gone real life. I don't know. I can't keep up anymore. So I'm going to stand strong about the stuff that I've seen in real time, the stuff that I've seen proof of and whatnot. I mean, obviously I've never gone real life. I would never go real life. I have no desire to go and dig into, I've never even so much as Googled anybody's name on here. That is an honest to God promise. I have no interest. All I want to do is have my channel, build my community, do my thing over here. And, we can call out some bullshitters and there's a whole lot of them on here. You've got Natasha pulling her same old bullshit. You got Dorothy going on and on and on and being live for hours upon hours upon hours. I mean, when does she do anything else? I don't understand that. She's on constantly. I have a family, so I can't be on the internet, all of that time. I can't fathom that. But hold on, wait. An apology needs to be followed by change in behavior. I say, yeah, absolutely. And for me, it needs to be a long stretch of better behavior. I don't just take people's word for it and move on, because I mean, we've seen how that goes on here before. You're right. And normal people wouldn't go real life. Exactly. And I appreciate that, Diamond Eyes. I do what I can a lot of the time. Most of us have real lives. Yes. Yes. So, the fact that she's on here, like, I literally woke up in the middle of the night the other day and she had a live schedule for 3:30 in the morning. I was like, okay, weren't you just on? And she had just finished streaming like 20 minutes prior, but like she got some new information, so she had to come on and expose people. And she doesn't even make any sense anymore. I've got a couple things that she said recently that really bothered me, that I wanted to talk about, and now I can't remember what it was. But one of them was that she was talking about how appalling and how awful it is that people are digging into people's lives and criminal records, and that is just the worst, and how dare anybody do that. Well, Dorothy, what the fuck were you doing to Granny's watching, or anybody else? Kim and Crafton's medical stuff that you posted on there, like, I don't understand that. So if that's appalling and that's outrage, does it just depend on who it is or if you're doing it or not? Because you've done it many, 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 many times with no shame, and it's not right. Short-term memory loss. Like, honestly, like, I was like appalled, and she was like, "Oh, that is so awful. Those people shouldn't be allowed in the community." And like, I have quotes of this. And then AJ, she was calling you at one of these, saying that you're like unhinged and unstable, and trying to diagnose you with like mental health stuff. And I'm like, And then she was talking about how people, like, in the same breath, how people shouldn't, pretend to be doctors on here. And I'm like, Dorothy, do you not recall that you think that you've made comments about medical things with not only myself, Granny's watching, now a whole slew of apparently AJ? Like, do you hear yourself? And she does talk in circles, and I literally cannot even do it anymore. Like, I was listening because I was going to make clip videos, because usually the videos grow my channel. I get a couple new subs for those things, and I don't know, lives don't always do that for me. So like I said, I'm going to take this opportunity to say, if you have not subscribed to me, I would appreciate that. We are doing some good stuff here, and we have a lot of fun. And I feel like we have a little bit of a vibe here, which is nice. And hit that thumbs up as well. Yes. So I don't know, like, and that's okay, Charlie. I mean, you're welcome to have your opinion. Just because I disagree with somebody's opinion does not mean that it's not welcome. I feel like a lot of people have a huge issue with that as well. Oh yeah, you haven't responded. I don't. Yeah, apparently, yeah. Well, we're all unhinged, AJ. Apparently, I'm unhinged, and I'm. I don't even know. Everybody is. Everybody's unhinged, but like, let's think about it. That's the woman that's sitting up there for like 12, 24 hours, 18 hours a day, ranting and raving about ridiculous things. And then she was like, well, all of this is my opinion. I just happen to be right about more things than not. And I'm like, bitch, you haven't been right about half the shit you talk about. You make things up. Like, what? It makes no sense. Yeah, well, hold on. Oh, I don't know who that is, Brianna, but I'm, putting her on 2-speed. Yeah, you'd have to put her on 2-speed to listen to her. Yeah, although Natasha's the worst. Every time I try to like move forward in a live of hers, or whenever I have it, every time it's just silence, dead silence. I swear to you, half of her lives are just everybody sitting in silence. It's boring. Like, for me with ADD, I don't like silence. I don't like silence at all. But she has more stories than Google. She certainly does. She's got more stories than like, my teenager on Instagram. Like, honestly, it's out of control. And they're not even true. That's what kills me. And she can say whatever she wants. I mean, I hear it's mostly her mod, Ariana, on there that likes to chime in. Most people don't even entertain her when she talks about me, but of course Ariana has to. And that's fine. That's fine. I know how a lot of people feel about her. But she's always like, yes, apparently I'm boring. I don't have a personality. I don't even remember. Oh, I'm a clout chaser. There's no shame in the hustle, honey. No shame in the hustle. There's nothing wrong with being a clout chaser. I think that's a healthy dose of ambition. But yeah, it's insane. Wait, yeah, I can't even listen to her half the time on any of them. And I'm just so confused though about all of these things, like this outrage, or I'm just honestly, I'm disappointed by a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing, and it's sad. It's sad to see that people are so blinded by their dislike of certain people that they can't see the forest from the trees at all. And they just are so dead set in this hatred and hate bonding with anybody that has a mutual hatred with them. And ultimately, it's not going to be a good look. It's not going to be a good look. Like, I'm going to stand here on my own 2 feet, on my own channel, by myself, doing what I do, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anybody. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Hi, Amanda. And I do think that I have a likable personality for the most part. I can get kind of salty. I can be boring if I'm very tired, which I am really tired today. And I've had a migraine for days and days and days. So looking at the screen was legit unbearable. And my own voice was unbearable. And it was several days. It's just starting to dissipate, which is great. But I'm still not feeling myself. I'm still kind of run down. But I'm getting back. But I do need to catch up with some stuff because I have not seen the saga unfold with one thing that I would really like to before I speak on it. Because obviously I like to know my facts before I come in. Now there are some things that I make judgments on. Yes. Yep, absolutely. Because like I said, I am an opinion. Hi, Melissa J. I am opinionated, and I don't want to associate with people, and I have my own reasons. I don't ask people their reasons for why they want to do the things they do. I'll call them out for it. I'll point it out, but I'm not gonna, demand an explanation, because I don't owe anybody that. Hold on, wait. Yes, Charlie, I know who called them the first time. And I'll be addressing that. That's my Saturday Night Live that I think I put up a community post that it's going to be a good one. If you want to see some receipts, if you want to know all of that stuff, that is going to be Saturday night. And that's going to be because, yes. And I'm not even going to look at the chat for that one because I'm not getting derailed. I am putting it all out there and we're going to move on. But I will be very likely calling out the person who made that first phone call. I think I'm certain enough. As for the two others, I don't know. It was both women. One of them was a voicemail that my dad texted me and said they called again. And I was like, yeah, I guess they did. I mean, honestly, and then there was one that my mom had. I mean, the one that my mom had may not have been associated. I think it was because they hung up and nobody would be calling me there. Like nobody. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's Saturday night. I don't need to show receipts tonight. But I will have all of those. I will have all of those on Saturday. Because I feel like now 'tis the season to show receipts. And when I've been telling people for months now that I have just wanted to scream at people things because I know things and I'm like, dude, this person is not, but there's a time and place. And obviously you don't want to, but betray people and you don't, but there comes a point where what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And people need to know. And if I can contribute to that, I'm going to, because it has to happen. And I know that people don't I've gotten a couple comments saying, oh, we don't need anybody else calling people out on here. Well, I don't really care if we need anybody else calling people out on here. That's fine. I'm going to continue to do whatever I want, however I want, and whenever I want to do it. And if they don't like it, that's too bad. This is my drama channel. I don't need to do serious content on here, nor do I have the desire to. Are there creators in this community that do that? Yeah, there are. I have another channel where I do my serious stuff. I'm hoping to be able to get more guests on that. But, after what happened to my parents, I'm not sure that they're going to be at all, really inclined to, my dad's not going to put his name on the line to get people to come on here if people are just going to. But that's why, I'm going to figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna work. I am I'm addicted to the Depp trial too. I've been watching it, like sports. It's very interesting. I actually, it's a really small world, guys. And, I think there's 6 degrees of separation on just about everybody on everything. So I do marketing and, marketing management for that's what I do. One of the people that I work with He's in charge of marketing over in Germany. We've done some collaboration work before. Well, he's actually the person who does when Johnny was doing his band, Hollywood Vampires, he was doing his marketing and press stuff over in Germany. So he's visited with him quite a bit, and he does give a lot of gifts. I can't tell you how many guitars this guy has gotten from him. So he seems like, I would love to talk. Maybe that's more of my series, because I have some thoughts about that, guys. I have some thoughts about that channel. Yeah, like, guys, like, I just have to say, like, I just wish people, I don't know. I think it was Kim today who made a good comment. With the people that start crying, you usually don't see them on camera. And that's true. And it makes me wonder, because a lot of this is a game. Like, take Natasha, for example. She's a wonderful actress. She's better than Amber Heard up on that stand. I'm sorry if that's not how people see it. I'm objective. I'm going to watch the whole trial. I just, I'm calling it how I see it. Let's see. Charlie, I have to get a link that works. It's called True Crime Detective, but I can't get a link to work. I don't know. I have to figure it out. But yeah, so I mean, there's people on here that will use anything as a sad fishing venture. Like Natasha, for example, everything, like the way that she like twisted what Voices said into telling her audience that, Voices said wished death upon an unborn child. Nobody said that. And she kept repeating it, which is dangerous because that's a really outrageous thing to say. So of course that's going to cause some outrage. Of course that's going to get, the money coming in. Now, I also have thoughts about her new channel. I don't believe that's because YouTube is telling her to do all of these things, but I guess I'll stick around and find out, right, Natasha? I mean, you have your people clipping my stuff, right? So that's fine. That's fine. You can send it to them all you want. It's fine. You think that she's not the only one who can play games with that on here. I mean, don't fuck with me. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just going to do my own thing. But that's, actually, I do believe that is also in the terms of service, Natasha. Pretty sure you're not supposed to, I'm sorry, you're not supposed to do half the shit that you do. I don't know anybody who would say that either, Diamond Eyes, and that's certainly not what, I think that Voices probably could have used a different language, maybe. Maybe it was the wrong words to use for that, but at the same time, that's not what she meant. I'm not sure if she got her Twitch back. If she does, I don't see that as the platform for her. I mean, what their target age range is 20s, and it's predominantly male from the analytics that I have seen for Twitch. Obviously there's a rising, interest of, female gamers, whatever. But it is by analytics. So I don't really see their interest in a woman who sits in a recliner and yells at people. I don't see a desire to watch that. So I don't think she's going to grow anything on there. I think that's limited. You're right. And she, Mystic, I feel like people are getting kind of sick of that song and dance. There are going to be people that are going to throw money at her regardless. And, that's her, what are you going to do? But I also see it less. And she's going to say that they're saying that I'm not getting any super chats, y'all. Let's prove them wrong. Well, go ahead. Prove them wrong. Right? It's ridiculous. You can come send me super chats. But no, I'm just kidding. There's just a lot of bullshit going on. Things are changing. Right. And I think that there are going to be laws coming that do that. And, I think there's a difference though about just talking shit and the abusive bullying. So nothing that I'm doing on here, I will talk shit all day long. I will call out behaviors and I'll do it with an attitude. I don't really care. I'm not the one coming on here and calling, making like homophobic and transphobic and, racist and all of those sorts of comments. That's not me. That's not me doing that. I come on here and I'm not embarrassed. I'm not sorry for anything that I say because honestly, it's how I feel at the time. And if I feel that way, I feel that way. I'm very disappointed in a lot of people. I've been very upset the past couple days for a lot of different reasons. But really what I've gotten from that is that I'm, getting back up and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. That's all I can do. And if people want to, stick around, they're going to stick around. And if they don't, then that's fine. But I just foresee that later on down the line, people are, we'll see what's going on. Check back with me. And what is it, 5-year plan? So we could do a 5-month plan. Check back in with me. Because I feel like there are people that it's not sustainable. And I don't think Natasha is sustainable. I just don't, or else she gets another, case. I mean, I'm shocked she's not streaming the Depp case. The one that I've been watching has gained 150,000 subscribers in that, that time period, which is insane. And she does a good job. So she's not just streaming, it's actual content. So there's different, but yeah, it's insane. And I'm so tired. Yeah. The long pauses for dramatic effect and everything has to be like this. Every day it's something. How do people not notice this? Every single day there's something going on that's just so horrible to her. And if that's really how she is, I mean, that poor woman. But a lot of it, like, you can tell she'll stop and she'll look and she's she's trying to get, and I can't do that. That's manipulative. I'm not going to come on here and manipulate people just for my own financial purposes or whatever. I mean, if I can make some money on here, that's great. I appreciate every penny of it. This is something that I'm determined to succeed in. Because I think I can, and I'm going to do that. But obviously I'm a full-time grad student, so I'm not going to turn to whatever. But I'm also not going to come on here and make up bullshit situations and say things like voices said that, when that's a dangerous thing to say that somebody said, all for the sake of creating outrage. Right? If it's not a moneymaker, she won't do it. That's right, Cora. She won't. That's why I don't see her wanting to do Twitch for very long. Hey, Ladybug. Because Twitch, she's not going to grow a channel on Twitch. I'm sorry. She's just not. I mean, prove me wrong. I mean, right, Natasha? You worked so hard sitting in that recliner talking shit all day, right? That's really hard work. I mean, geez, I guess just fuck the rest of us who have 9-to-5 jobs breaking our backs. I mean, talk about working hard. None of us can relate to that. But she'll say that. She'll literally come on here and she'll say that nobody understands what she's put up with on YouTube. I had somebody comment, well, Natasha's been through so much, so she has every right. I'm like, okay, so, you're saying that, somebody's past, it makes it okay for them to treat people in a abusive, vile way. Okay, gotcha. Right. Okay. So by those standards, then, it would be okay for me to say whatever I want because I had like a traumatic, life. Okay. All right. I would never do that because I'm an adult and I have control of my words and I don't believe in that shit. We're not going to do that. Yeah, it's her business. She'll do whatever. Right. And that's true, Blue October. I just hate seeing people be manipulated. Like, I don't want to make this into my business. Like I said, if I can make some extra money on here, I am 100%, down with that. But at the same time, like, I could grow it as a business. I made decent money on Instagram. Obviously I don't have that platform anymore, but I did. And yeah, it's not sustainable. It's going to blow up eventually. It's like a bubble, or else you're like one of the small percentages that, really make it. You have to push past a certain threshold. And I'm not sure that I will do that, especially in this community, but that's okay. Diamond Eyes, it's interesting because I had to put in tax information. So I'm not entirely sure how. I think it's just so they can send you a W9 or W2 or what. I'm sorry. I can't even remember. Whatever that is. So I'm not really sure what they use it for. Perhaps it's just to keep track of what you're making. But yeah, or else you're getting millions of views. AdSense is not gonna give you any money whatsoever. Where there's money is in the super chats and the memberships. Even though YouTube does take its cut, which I'm excited about. I'm excited that that's something that I can do. So very excited. 1099. Really? Is that what it's called? Okay. um, all I got is right. Or else, right, in the Magician's Man, you're absolutely right though, and that's why like I have a day job, right? I'm not going to quit my day job for this at any point in time. But hold on. When is that, Charlie? That's on Saturday. I said that a few times. So Saturday is when I'm doing my big live of putting out all the receipts that I'm planning on putting out, and I will all of that. It'll be a production. But that's Saturday. I can't. I need to have the energy to do it, and I don't have that, and I don't have everything uploaded. But I am doing that on Saturday. I put a community post about that. Um, yeah, that's true, Three Boy Mom. You're absolutely right. Oh, and I would never make that much money at all, so I'm not worried about that. But yes, Natasha certainly could be. Yeah, and if you have a huge channel, I was in a chat the other day of a channel that had like 33,000 people in their chat. They made over $500 in less than like 4 minutes in super chats. Now that's not counting the deductions. That was just in 3 minutes, and I kept seeing that there was people doing $200 ones, 150s, and I was like, holy crap. And she gets a good amount of views. So, good for her. So that's somebody who can make it, but it isn't sustainable. So obviously people have like, a day job, which the makeup sales. Oh, of course they are, Tilly May. Those makeup sales are absolutely bringing in a lot of money for her, which is fine. If people choose to, I think that people should know. I don't know why YouTube allows a lot of stuff. But if people know their facts and they know, Ipsy is about to drop their flash sales. They just dropped a bunch of bundles. So I'm interested to see how many of those she managed to scoop up. They're really bad this month though. So nothing that I would want. I didn't even do any add-ons this month. I was like, this is all kind of stupid. I didn't like any of it at all. But yes, it is just insane. Right. And if money hurting others, exactly. So I don't want to make money off of bullying other people. That doesn't feel right to me. Now, if I make money, creating a community that people enjoy interacting in and you enjoy my lives, that's great. That's what YouTube, the partnership program or whatever it's called, is here for. And I think that's great. But I'm not going to come on here and literally make money abusing people. That's not going to happen. And I don't actually think I'm supposed to say that in the live either. And it knows if you use bad language. It's kind of creepy. And it's like, no, you will not be monetizing this because you use bad language. But yes, let's see. Yeah, she's got right. Chicky, she's gonna have some big sales coming up really, really, really soon. So I'm interested. I'm very interested to know that. I don't sound like I swallowed a frog or, I've actually been rewriting a song about Dorothy, actually. And it's a very popular song that was popular probably in the late 90s. And I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but I've rewritten it and it's perfect. Yeah, I don't sound like I've smoked like 5 cartons of Camels or whatever she smokes, but Camels was the one I put in there because it rhymed. But yes, I don't. I think I actually have a relatively nice voice to listen to. I haven't hated it. I always hated it because I broke my nose, and ever since then, I always felt my voice was affected by it. But it sounds perfectly fine now. And if people know that they're paying more than they would pay to get that stuff, then fine, that's their decision if they want to do that. But I think that a lot of people don't know. They're like, okay, well, she's not saving you money for a lot of that stuff, and that's what bothers me. It's the whole concept behind it. It's the fact that she's selling things that she paid a total of $50 for at $20 a pop. Now, if customers know that and they know that they're paying that much and an extra, then fine. That's their choice. You can't argue with that. You can't. So whatever. But if people don't know that, that bothers me. Bye, Gen X. Chicory has his thing on I always want to say the 21st, but it's not. I think it's the 23rd. 23rd. But yes, he's good. I think I have a nice voice. But I just wanted to come on here tonight and kind of just talk a little bit about because I haven't been on here for a while. And I wanted to just let people know that I am still here and I still continue to do what but Saturday is gonna be my big live where I am gonna be, I might have people on panel while I do it too. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do that, and I also am gonna put everything that I have out there that I feel that I need to put out there. That includes the person who made that first phone call, because I am confident enough in who it is that I am more than happy to mention that. I haven't seen them in a while, though, to be honest with you guys. I've kind of been looking in the, then again, I don't go into Natasha's chat, so she might be in there. But she hasn't been in Dorothy's. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, maybe she knows that I know. Like I said though, I don't think she'd be upset. I think she'd wear it as a badge of honor that she did that. She'd be, yeah, you can buy all that makeup. Exactly. Right. Right. I think people deserve the information. So if they have the information and they still choose to do it anyway, well, you know, you can't argue with that. But it's a concept behind it that I can't stand. I can't stand a lot of stuff going on. I've been, you know, I don't ever want to, you know, make YouTube be something that affects me emotionally or personally, but you know, sometimes it's hard to not take it that way. You know, when like, you know, my channel is going through some changes right now, you know. I'm kind of switching gears and focusing more on a topic. Like, this is my drama channel. I will be doing drama and clapbacks, but I never go real life and I never take it to an extreme. I have more soft core drama. And, you know, I feel like that's perfectly appropriate. I am not sorry for that. And I do serious content I'll be doing on my other channel because I think it's important to separate the two. Yeah, she's price gouging. Yeah, she is spooky. And that's right. Yeah, morals and crossing boundaries. A lot of the stuff I felt was common sense. Like, you don't go into people's personal lives. You don't go and research them. You don't go and, you know, I mean, I guess I don't know. You just don't do that. You especially don't involve people's kids or family members. You certainly don't do that. However, I know this is an unpopular opinion. Now, of course, I would never do this, but I did have somebody comment on one of my videos asking me where the outrage was for somebody's adult child. I'm going to let you know right now that my outrage lies with people's minor children, first and foremostly. Of course, I don't like the fact that anybody has been dug into, but if you're asking where my outrage is, it's with the people that have had, you know, their minor children, you know, have things go on here. So I don't care for that, but people do need to look at big pictures and all of that and so on and so forth. But and then there are some things that I don't have a problem with that people are outraged about that too. But I guess the feeling's mutual. Hi, Turtle Gum. Because you know, there are some things that they're doing that I can't rock with either. So I mean, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. But yeah, I would never go real life. I would never do those. I also said I would never, you know, show something, but it has to happen. It has to happen. Yeah, don't share private personal. And honestly, I've realized that anything that I say privately, there's a chance that it's going to come out publicly. And all I can say about that is that, you know, if that was to ever happen to me, honestly, the only thing that you're going to get out of that is that, you know, I was angry, and I do get angry. I get it out of my system and then I'm done. But if I feel slighted or if I feel that something is unfair or I don't like something or somebody makes a jab at me, I don't come on here. I'm going to start coming on here to deal with it. But prior to that, I hadn't done that. I was doing that privately. And, you know, but the people who I had a problem with, they know I had a problem with them. They know I probably had a lot of it was because I didn't have the right information, because people like to lie to people behind the scenes and tell them that a lot of stuff is happening that isn't happening. And then when you go and look for the proof, it's suddenly nobody can find it. Or, you know, it's the video's been deleted because that's how it works here. So you can't even, you know, confirm the information. And a lot of it, I don't believe was, you know, it's rough. You know, people like to, you know, pit each other against each other. And there's some people that genuinely just like that chaos. And I do believe go from, you know, kind of sliding into people's DMs and, you know, emails to kind of spread misinformation on the hopes that it's going to cause something. And for me, that, yeah, okay, if I believe that and I think that that happened, yeah, I might get a little salty about it and I might talk some shit. I think we all do it. But I also never go real life. I never dig up on anybody. I've never so much as Googled anybody's name on here. Because I don't care about what people do in their personal life. What I care about is what they do on here on YouTube. And if you're behaving like a piece of shit on YouTube, then I'm going to have a problem with that. Yeah, I am. I really could care less what people do in their personal lives. Whatever floats your boat. I'm not judgmental. I mean, yeah, what I do judge people on, though, is their conduct on here. And people seem to forget that these things happened recently. Like, I don't understand that either. And that's another thing. It's like, okay, yeah, okay, I believe in forgiveness. Sure, I do. I believe that people can change. I'm a living proof of that. I've made a lot of changes in my life. However, it takes a long stretch, and it starts with taking accountability, which I still have not seen. So until I see that there are, accountability taken and people will say, yes, I did this. I could have done this and that or that, but I chose to do it this way. And then what your hope is, like how you can handle it in the future. And even maybe acknowledging that, that was incredibly violating, and just move on, swallow your pride and just do it. I don't understand that. Like, yes, I understand that there are other people that do shitty things. I understand that other people have done other things in their past on here. I get that. And I see that. And that's valid. I'm validating you on that. However, this isn't about them. And what they've done doesn't make what you've done any better. So just own it. And like we can move on with like a stretch of, decent, good behavior. But I'm not going to change my mind until any of those things happen. And I just don't foresee them happening. So, here we are, lines drawn in the sand, I guess. Right. And I really wish that people could have incense. What the hell? My brain just suddenly went into a weird place. Yes, insight and self-awareness, which is lacking. It is lacking. Now, some of it, I'm not sure if it's a lack of self-awareness or just they're just I don't know, there's something else going on. Like, I get it, it sucks to be exposed for those things, but like I said, and I'm talking to the people I'm talking to right now, they know exactly who they are. Just because you haven't been exposed, and your day will come, it'll come. If that's how these things work, it doesn't mean you haven't done stuff like that. You're sitting on, a lot of people like to sit on here and preach morality when they're doing those things behind the scenes, but they can still play pretend because nobody said anything yet. But it'll all come out. I mean, somebody will be disgruntled at some point. No, I would never, I would never share something like a mod chat and not redact information if I was to do, I try not to do that at all. And I try to do it as tastefully as I possibly can. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of like a public service announcement. And it's where I stand. It is what it is. Now, like I said, do I believe in forgiveness? Yes. But you need to take accountability and you need to change your behavior. And I'm not seeing any of that. An incense burner from eBay. I can't do incense. It gives me migraines, actually. I would, if people would just take accountability, then I will. It depends. When it comes to Dorothy, I am not going to at all feel the need to. That is not something I wish to associate with ever again. So that's done. That's done. We're not doing that. But that's really, and Natasha, obviously, I don't. But I feel like that's a given. But anybody else, I mean, I don't know, like if in a amount of time, I don't know. I can't say for certain. But I don't like a lot of the stuff that's happening. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I don't know what it's going to take to stop, but it needs to stop. People can't come on here and do stuff like that and expect, everything to be okay. Right. Exactly, Diamond Eyes. They do, though. Like, I know this for a fact. Some of these people that are just so outraged by that, they're just so outraged. And, how everybody's, your hands are not clean at all. Like, what? Like, I can't. And I'm not gonna be quiet about it. Like it's not right. But everybody's gonna have their day. Just because I can't, a lot of stuff that I know, some of it's like, I guess hearsay or whatever, or secondhand, but not all of it. Not all of it. Right. So everything that you like, if you're communicating with people that are from here, please, please, please be very careful. If I have a strong suspicion that I'm gonna, well, I can't expect a level of privacy. But I would hope so. I mean, I haven't, it is what it is, but anything that and like I said, the only stuff that people are going to get, they're people that know I didn't like them. Like these people, it's not like people don't know how I felt about things. I just think that people would be surprised at how angry I get. And they'd be surprised at, but anybody who's been around lately and, you see B full stinger, like this is me right here. I'm not putting on this more proper act and trying to like, keep things clean, do it like Disney over there, but I'm not doing that anymore. So I don't think it would necessarily surprise people now, but I do. I get very angry and I get it out of my system and then I move on. I don't hold grudges for the most part. Yeah, right. Well, I wouldn't give Natasha my address to, I wouldn't do that at all. Yeah, people just be very careful with your personal information because as we've seen, subscribers can be fair game as well, and I think that's absolutely awful. And that's my pledge here, guys. And that's what I said on my pre-recorded. If I can do anything else, it is to keep people that I know do shit like that away from my community. I don't want those people here. I don't want, my subscribers, the people that my loyalty lies with, to be exposed to that. I can't have that. I just can't. So I just urge people to be very careful, especially right now. Because I feel like there are a lot of people that want peace, but when I think of peace, I think of things calming down a little. I think of people stopping going real life. I think of people being kinder to each other. Like we can talk shit and do drama. I don't find that to be a problem. I don't find what I'm doing on here to be a problem. Now, if people feel otherwise, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't think what I'm doing here is quite what people are talking about when they're talking about like the problematic stuff. But I'm not perfect. Have I said so? I'm not, no, I'm not justifying it because I'm not sorry. But there's just, it's crazy on here. And I'm tired of people getting hurt and I will keep those people away. I don't want to have anything to do with that. Like the real life shouldn't happen. I think the people who go real life here honestly think that everyone does. Amber, I'm starting to believe that maybe people think that that's, something everybody does, so it justifies it, when I don't believe that that's the case at all. I don't believe a lot of people have done that. But it is what it is, right? Like people are going to believe what they want to believe, and it's hard to change people's minds on things. But I do suggest that, because there are people that I don't know if they have nothing better to do, that other than digging in on people, but like what is the purpose of that? Because honestly, like what are you achieving? Like whenever you expose somebody, really all you're doing is bringing attention to them and hurting them. So there is no benefit for you, like miss me with that, honestly. Like, do you really, anything that you have said about another person, do you really think it changes the public's opinion on them? Not really. Not really, or else it's me, because everything that happens for other people is usually the opposite with me, but I haven't figured out quite why. But right, it's nuts, and people need to knock it off. Just stop. We can do it. We can do drama, but I don't believe that there is any reason to go real life. That's not content in any way, shape, or form. I don't care if it's adults. I don't care if it's going real life. Now, I think where the problem lies is there are people that have very different definitions of what going real life is. Now, I see things a little bit differently than some people, and that might be a bit of an unpopular opinion. Now, I don't have a problem with certain things that other people have gotten all up in arms about, which is funny because they've done worse. But that's fine. Whatever works, whatever you tell yourself to help yourself feel like you're a better person at night. That's fine. I will entertain that delusion and that narrative for now. But it's crazy. I'm just hold on. Dorothy needs to shut the fuck up and sit down. That's what and go to bed. Go to bed, Dorothy. Seriously, that's like Snorthy. Like that's what you need to be doing right now. Oh my god, this woman is on 24/7. Like there's something wrong. There's something wrong with that. I mean, honestly, like red flags. Um there are a lot of narcissists. I do believe that YouTube attracts narcissists though, and I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with I don't feel outraged about certain things that other people do. Now, I do think that if you're a creator on here and you talk about other people, yes, you open yourself up to criticism going back at you. And I expect that. And that's fine with me because nothing anybody says on here is gonna hurt my feelings for very long anyway. And I get over it very quickly. Um, but that's the thing. Like there's some information about me that I didn't realize that when I was thinking of things that people would weaponize, this did not come to mind because I didn't know that it was something the public could see. But apparently, I was wrong. Apparently, I was wrong. So I am going to get out in front of some information that I am. I have suspicions that and I don't know who. I'm not going to go into that. That doesn't matter. But I'm going to get ahead of it. And it's nothing, it's nothing that, but of course, people use whatever they can on you and they'll twist it. Like Dorothy loves to twist things. So whatever the truth is, it's not going to come out of her mouth like that. So I know that. And when it's a situation that can be easily twisted into something, not great, and that would be really detrimental, that's a problem. And we're not going to do that. So we're going to get out in front of this. Hi, Earthbound Spirit. And I don't understand what Dorothy's point is. Every time I listen, because I'll click onto it sometimes, I just have no words. Everybody has betrayed her and everybody is against her and conspiring and never was her friend, of course. And everybody has just used her and all of this stuff when really that couldn't be further from the truth. I don't understand. There are people that you've turned on, Dorothy, that have been nothing but good to you, that have defended you and have supported you. But yet here you are saying that everybody else is unhinged. Everybody else is mentally unwell. Everybody else is not taking their medication or whatever it was. And all of that crap. So, I just would prefer you just shut the fuck up. Because nobody cares. Literally, your chat is a mod chat. Your chat is literally like, and you have a large channel. So, that you can't even compare me to you. Like, I understand that my chat is small as well, but that's okay. I don't have, what is it, 2,500 subscribers. So those, I slowly but surely catching up. Not really, but I will. Watch me, bet 5-month plan. But yeah, that's and the amount of people you have a lot of people watching, sure, not a lot, not comparatively to your channel size, but it's all mod chats. It's all I just see wrenches. And then you have some people that come in there and throw their 2 cents around, and then you have Ariana who can't keep my name out of her mouth or her her chat. Which is fine. I find it amusing. In fact, I have quite a collection of screenshots of that because some of them are just hilarious. And I'm going to make a collage of all of the fun things I see about myself in Dorothy's chat. And it's going to be a work of art, guys. It's going to be a work of art. Yeah, Amber, and I appreciate that I don't get a whole lot of trolls. And I think it's because people, I don't want to say it's because people know that I'm right, but honestly, I just speak my truth. And if you have a different reality than mine, then fine, that's fair. Maybe we see things differently, but I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna say my truth. I'm just gonna speak about how I see things. I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it or put a filter on it. Some days I'm gonna come on here a little bit more fired up than others. And like I said, I don't feel well enough informed or prepared to speak on some stuff that's been going on. But I will. I just need to catch up. I've been off of here for several days. Like I said, I've been having a rough time. Lately I've been struggling with my own issues and my own demons. So, I'm trying to bounce back from that. I'm trying to kind of feel myself again. but it's hard. It's hard because you feel physically and mentally drained. So, well, everything gets readjusted, but it's all good. I think a lot of people. My phone's telling me, my phone Dorothy, maybe your phone needs to tell you to go to sleep. The one that you claim you got at the dollar store. I didn't realize the dollar store sold cell phones, but I haven't been to the dollar store in a long time, so that's kind of neat, right? Did I see? I did not. I have not watched anything lately. I have not. I need to. I've tuned into a couple of Kim and Crafton's morning shows because that's usually what I wake up to. But when it comes down to anything else, I'll pop in, or else something is like really catches my. I couldn't listen to things very much because the sound was bothering me. Yeah, that people do need to tell her to go to sleep. Like seriously, like what is her screen time? Like, oh my God, this woman is live. Like I don't understand. And I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and not let certain words come out of my mouth. But I'm sure that it's something that everybody else is thinking. I can't imagine. I'll let me put it this way. Well, okay. I don't think that I would be able to run my household if I was online for that long every day. I feel like I would have a hard time keeping up with that. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And I think most people can figure that out, but I don't think, maybe she's Superwoman. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I need to be off of here to attend to things and to, take care of everything else that I have to do in my life, like school and, my freelance work and et cetera, et cetera. It's all good. This wasn't going to be a super long live. Remember, Saturday is going to be the live that people are looking forward to, which is going to be nice. Dorothy snoring ASMR. Like, I remember when that happened and I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. And I feel like, I genuinely feel like, and this is my opinion, that she has put off these medical things because she doesn't want to get off of YouTube. And that is super sad. Like your health should come before. Oh my God, is there like lightning outside? Oh no, that's a headlight. Sorry. People need to take care of themselves first and foremost. That's what's important, not what's on YouTube. What I think is that, she knows she's burned a lot of bridges lately and she knows she's got a lot of people pissed off at her. And there are a lot of people that haven't said anything yet. I think that maybe she thinks if she's not around, that people will use that as an opportunity to come back, to come say things, because she wouldn't be clapping back at them. But I could be wrong. So I just encourage people to put themselves first. YouTube's not that big a deal. Honestly, like I was able to shut it off and actually it was quite nice. The only thing I was watching was the Depp trial and I was so actually very much so okay with that. Ew. Oh, I don't eat anything that comes out of the water. Like I don't eat shellfish. I don't eat fish. I don't like it. A lot of it I've never tried, and I can tell you right now I don't like it because I don't like the smell. And yeah, so there's a lot of weird. I'm very picky eater, so that is a whole other thing. Yeah, her clapbacks are stupid and they're dumb. Like you're like, I'm clapping back. Oh, good for you, Dorothy. You're clapping all by yourself, and you look like an idiot. And you look like the crazy person. I don't look like the crazy person. Nobody else does either. They're just responding to the fact that you literally turned on them based on nonsense. Do you really want my opinion on that outside the box? Because I feel like I don't know. I haven't read the room over here about what people think about the Depp Amber Heard trial. Now, I'm sorry if this is unpopular opinion, but I feel like there's a lot of acting going on up on that stand. The way that she's looking directly at the jury, the way that just her tone and remember that they are actors first and foremostly. So I'm not buying it. However, we'll see the rest of the trial. I've been watching it like sports. So yes. Yeah, well, So I didn't think I cared about anything like that, but I mean, it's been interesting. It's certainly interesting, because you very rarely get an inside look. So that's where I stand right now. But obviously, she hasn't even finished her testimony, and she hasn't called any witnesses. But that first one, that was kind of a joke, in my opinion. I did not like her very much. I thought that the other psychologist was. I liked her. I don't know. I liked her a little bit better, but um, I can't. I'm not buying it. And there's a lot of reasons. For him, honestly, a lot of his testimony was, I felt was genuine and legit. There were some parts where I felt that it was, not, I couldn't quite put my finger on what felt off about it. But it was, like I said, like I don't buy it. I just don't. And we'll see, right? But she's not coming with receipts, right? Johnny came with receipts. She's just talking. She's just saying that all of these things happened. But if things like that, like I feel like maybe there's some truth in what she says, but I feel like a lot of it was exaggerated. Very, very much so, because a lot of it was like made for TV movie, or like, a plot line from a Lifetime movie or something. I've seen that, but I don't know. I think that, or else she's going to come with receipts. If just what she said and her, her narrative is all that she has to offer there, then, just looking at the case in general, I'd rather go with the people that come with the receipts. Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, obviously, yeah. Johnny Depp has his own struggles and issues, and I don't think that anybody's perfect. I'm sure that there was some. Yeah, we'll never know, right? We'll never know what actually went on, but I do know that if she had like receipts, then her team would bring that, and I don't feel like she does. I just don't. But we'll see, right? We'll see. Yeah, the recordings are pretty damning. I'm not gonna lie. I feel that way. And obviously, like, I really like Johnny Depp. He was definitely one of my first crushes, and if I do say so myself, he's looking quite handsome. Um that's just my opinion. I absolutely loved him in the first Pirates movie is actually where I was really like figured out who he was. Like, I had seen Sleepy Hollow before that, and I think From Hell, and of course Edward Scissorhands and whatever. But it was really like I fell in love with that character too. But yeah, I don't see it. Right. And I hate being the person that says that I don't believe women, right? Like, I feel like I'm expected to not do that. But at the same time, like, I am a survivor of that, and of DV. And I do take offense to people who make it harder for people that have been through it to tell their stories. And I feel like a lot of that, but I also have broken my nose, and it didn't look like that. I'll tell you that. When I broke my nose, it looked a lot different. Yeah, right, Chicky. I feel like it gave you like an insight into who he is as a person. And he's a very interesting person. He's obviously kind of, he's been through a lot, and definitely he's very quirky. But like I said, the person that I know, like 6 degrees of separation, I've done some collaboration marketing work. His mark he does the PR and represents Johnny and his band when they're in Germany. So I don't really know I think it's PR. I think that's literally his title. But he knows him. And, from everything he said, I mean, he's just a really generous guy. I mean, he has his issues, but he fully believes in his innocence on that. But yeah, it didn't match up at all, Amber. And I mean, I don't know. And then I was looking at all these things, and I'm like, they posted pictures of her face, and I'm like, am I supposed to be seeing something here? Like, this was the day after? Like, I'm sorry if I'm missing it, but I'm not seeing it. And and she does. It feels like she's doing a monologue. It feels like, because Johnny, like, wasn't looking at the jury. He was kind of just, he was just talking, and she is literally looking right at that jury, and her crying. No, nope, Nope, I don't see that either. But here, I will be able, I need to see the rest of her case. Like that's the way it is. But as it stands right now, I'm going to be disappointed. If we ended the trial now, I would be disappointed if she was to win that, because I do feel that it would take right. Okay, so for me to tell my story with all of that, it would not sound like that. That is rehearsed. That is, it doesn't feel right. And I think I've seen a lot of people that are also survivors feel the same way, that they're like, something about this doesn't feel right. And there's a lot of discrepancies. There's a lot of things that I'm thinking to myself, I understand that, like, your partner is Johnny Depp. If you go to a hospital, but there's privacy, like, those people, they don't just have concierge doctors. I mean, if they go to the hospital, they're not just thrown into the emergency room. Like, they have their own private, areas. And, there, some of the things that she was talking about, the injuries that would have been sustained or likely be sustained from that, it would require medical attention. End of story. And if that was what she looked like, yeah, it makes me mad for people, because I do believe that men can be victims. I know some men that have been through that, and it's been horribly traumatizing to them. In an equal way. I mean, and it also makes it harder for men to come up and tell their story, but it also makes it harder for those of us who who have been through it and have a hard enough time with people believing us. No, 21 Jump Street was before my time. I'm only 33, but right, you don't stop. Right. And also a lot of it, for me, talking personally, I don't know if I would, I don't know if I would even cry. Because I kind of have become quite numb to a lot of it. So the fact that there was that much emotion, it all felt exaggerated. Now, of course, everybody's different. I don't know her baseline. I don't really know her at all. All I realized is that she was in a movie that I like, a B-list horror movie that I liked. But I haven't seen Aquaman or anything like that. So I'm not familiar with her acting, but it felt like acting. It just did. And it just felt off, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but I can't wait for cross examination. I cannot wait for it. Because I feel like, yeah, I just want Johnny to be able to clear his name if he didn't do, those, because that's kind of, that's bullshit. Like, that's his legacy. That's what he's done. And, I almost feel like it's, kind of a play on that. If I can't have you, nobody can. So if I can't have you, like, Hollywood can't have you either. And this is how I'm going to do it. I don't know. So we'll see. I honestly, Right, exactly. Three Boy Mom. You don't just turn that off. Like, if you're having an emotional moment, you have and it was like all at the perfect times. I don't know. For me, sometimes it's when I'm talking and something hits me, then I don't know. It felt wrong, but I can't. I keep saying this over and over again. I think it's because I feel like I'm expected to say it, but something doesn't feel right about it. And we have to wait over a week, because they're having I wonder how that's going to affect everything, honestly, because you can't expect jurors not to, I can't, like, just with the target, like, even because your phone knows that you're in, like, anywhere near that courtroom, you're going to get those headlines popping up left and right. It's, it's geo tagging or whatever, location-based marketing. So I just don't, I mean, obviously don't check on it, but I don't know. I have no faith in people. Like, I don't trust anybody. So, but I would love to see the jury's faces and read that. I mean, I wonder if they are buying it. I know it's all men and 2 women, which because women judge women. And I feel like most women wouldn't be buying that, but men, on the other hand, especially if it's an attractive female, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know the demographics of anybody. But a lot of lately, I haven't had a whole lot of faith in our justice system with a lot of things, but we'll see. I also don't follow things usually. So I guess what I do follow is like something that's a little bit of an outlier. I think the wait is good. Yeah. Oh, cross-examination is going to be fabulous. I am looking forward to it, because, right, and I think I think we can all agree that Johnny has done some crazy things that, weren't the best. I think we all can agree on that, but that doesn't make him a bad person. And that doesn't mean that he is guilty of those crimes either. Because yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I didn't even expect to watch it at all because I was like, I don't care about like celebrity stuff because it doesn't affect me. But I actually have found it really interesting to listen to their dynamics because it's made me feel a lot better about some of my relationships. I'm just like, well, at least it's not that. Her team, right? Like, where's the receipts? That's what I'm saying. Like, Johnny came with all of these receipts. Where are your receipts? So, she tells a nice story, but if just on a level of the law, if I'm asked whether, I believe her over him, I'm going to go with where the evidence is. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Or else she's going to show some evidence. She can tell the greatest story, and she was a very good storyteller. I'm not going to see it that way. But if this was something that she did and she gets called out on it, I don't foresee her. A lot of people think that if she loses, she's gonna go on like a press tour about things being unequal for women in Hollywood, which she might. But I also don't foresee her career recover. I don't know. Maybe because then you'll have people come. I don't know what's gonna go on. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, and I'm somebody who is kind of familiar in the. I hate saying this. Because I feel like it makes me sound bad. But I do a lot of marketing work for music bands, and my largest client is a very very large, an internationally touring band that sells out stadiums. Which obviously I am not the person who does all the. I am just part of their team here in the U.S. But that's my coolest thing. So I've gotten like I get to go to the shows, and actually I'll be all over the country come September. Doing those. But I can go to the after parties and stuff like that, and it's kind of validating to be able to go to the after party not because of what you look like, because of who you are. Which that's what I tell myself anyways. But it's gonna be good. I think I'm gonna be in Chicago. I'm gonna be in Pennsylvania. I'm gonna be obviously where I live, Texas, California. So it's gonna be good. So that's my claim to fame. So I've kind of dabbled in I've met some celebrities doing it. Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys was actually very close to me. Where's my I might have to get off of here very soon. I think my laptop's about to die. But I've met some people doing that, but that's basically it. And I would do it for free, honestly. Like it's just kind of a bonus that I get paid. But I used to get paid a lot more. Oh yeah. The best tour that I've been on, Amber, was the Chicago Open Air Festival in 2016. That is my dream lineup. Actually, Disturbed headlined for that. And it was literally every band I had ever wanted to see in my entire life packed into a weekend. It was one of the best weekends of my life. And Marilyn Manson did not put on a good performance. I will tell you guys that right now. He could barely stand up. It was bad. Yeah. No, I didn't. I don't go over and lick people. Even though I'd like to sometimes. Like I said, Johnny Depp's looking awfully handsome in there. But yeah, I got to see I've gotten to see a lot of music. And I'm looking forward to. I am not on a band. No, I am a musician. I do play guitar, but no, I do marketing work for bands. So I'm able to. I'm not old enough to remember the Backstreet Boys. Oh yes, I am. Earthbound Spirit. I'm 33. That was like what, the late 90s. Yeah, right, Amber. I'm telling you, it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if that's what it was. This guy, it was bad. I was actually disappointed. People were disappointed. Like he couldn't even sing his songs, at all. And no other band had that problem. Somebody died actually at that. He fell. It was actually near me at that festival. It was the first night, and it was right after Chevelle. And they had asked him several times to stop going over the rail because it was kind of like a stadium. a Toyota Park or whatever. So there was like stands, and he was sitting on that, and he wouldn't stop getting back up on, and he fell, and he died. And that was they handled it really well though, because a lot of people didn't even know that happened, which is how it should be, because that's a horrible thing. But yes, I'm a huge new metal fan. I like 90s alternative too. I mean, but yeah, I mostly like new metal type stuff, like early 2000s. But I do like some new music. I bet if people listen to my Spotify, you wouldn't be able to guess my age. I think my top song this year was Megan Thee Stallion. So that's my pump up music. So I listen to that quite a bit. But yeah, Chevelle's actually, that's I don't really always care for them as a band. I do like some of it, but actually I play a mean cover of Face to the Floor. And it's more my guitar style that's very similar to that. Disturbed wasn't bad. Disturbed was pretty good. Korn was really good live. Slipknot was awesome. So, I mean, it was literally, yeah. Well, I listen to a lot of stuff. I mean, I listen to mostly new metal stuff, but I also listen to 90s alternative. I listen to 90s hip hop. I listen to pop music. I have no shame in that either. But I listen to everything but country music, really. Because I can appreciate people's musicianship, and my laptop really is going to die. And my charger is not in this room. That is a problem. No need to feel old. I feel old sometimes. I have not seen Nine Inch Nails. I feel like that would be a fun one to see. Yeah. Probably. I think Trent Reznor is still on his game, I think. Yeah, I don't think he's one of the ones that's gone off the deep end. But yeah, I like music in general. So and even with some country music, I can, oh God,